Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
Taste Jamaican now with Ketchup Vibe jerk sauce.
Our signature jerk sauce is a bold blend of sweet heat Jamaican herbs.
How that jerk sauce taste, Charlie? Yeah. That Ketchup Vibe sauce.
This is Don Bones. I'm represent the Ketchup Vibe. A whole heap of sauce out there. But now we have the better vibe.
Hi, my name is Danielle Williams. I'm the two-time 100-meter hurdles world champion, and you're tuned into Coach's Desk. And don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff.
Hey guys, that's Bob here. Just giving a shout out to one of my biggest supporters, Coach's Desk. Go subscribe.
All right, people, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us in another episode of the Coach's Desk. And we're here, my people, to talk to 800 meters national record holder, Navasky Anderson, Olympian, and many-time world championship representative. Without further ado, my people, I am going to introduce Navasky. But before I do that, remember to catch a vibe, my people. Yeah, man, this is the body's jerk sauce right now. Remember to catch a vibe. If you catch this jerk sauce, I am telling you, you will be catching a vibe. Go on, go get it. Done. All right. So we have Navasky Anderson. Without further ado, I'm going to put him to center stage. Help me welcome Navasky. What going on, bro?
Blessings, appreciate it for having me here again. Just another day, another blessing. But I'm happy to be here again with you.
Yeah, man, definitely. And this is your third stop here on the Coach's Desk, So, of course, you're no stranger to the fans. And they have been asking me, Coach, how you put out a Navasky and go forward? I will not see him yet. But I true them don't know, say, sometimes these things are very difficult because of people's, schedule and all of these things. So you're here now, and we're grateful. How has things been?
Just been visiting friends, family, previous coaches. Just been having refreshing my mind, being mentally refreshed from the season. So this off season been going great, and feel like I'm finally revived and ready again to attack it for the next coming season.
Definitely. Hey, I am telling you, I think the last time we spoke in Navaskki, the whole works and the whole talks of people indicating that, you're with Under Armour, and Under Armour has never produced a top 800-meter runner. What do you say to them now, knowing all that you'd have done throughout this season?
I'm just
Hold on there. We're not hear you clearly. Not hearing you.
Hear me now?
Check. Yeah.
Okay. One more time. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so yeah, just gonna sit back and let the legs do the talking. Under Armour have been nothing but really supportive of me. When in regards to training, regards to like traveling, making sure my coaches are there with me on the Team Jamaica camp there in Tokyo. It's just a really great circle, and they've been providing everything and setting up the right platform for me to go out there and perform to my best ability. So big shout out to Under Armour for that. So as I said, I'm gonna just continue let God do the work and let my legs do the talking.
Yeah, man, definitely. And again, first and foremost, we have to congratulate you for the exploits throughout this year. You have done exceptionally well in my eyes. You know, you started out a little bit slow, but you know the momentum started to pick up and it happened. And I mean, we're gonna delve in some of those things. But Navaskki, in terms of Jamaica, you know the fans them love the sprinters, you know, and we're a sprinting dominated culture. What drew you to the middle distance event?
I always say this. The first time I posted a picture on the internet was a picture of two guys. It was one with David Odisha and it was one with Usain Bolt. I didn't sure which direction I was going into, but I knew I was going into one of those directions. But for me, the 800 meters is something um, I've been running, I would say, since high school days. But for me, I've always had a lot of love for the 1500 meters. When I first went to high school, I remember saying to Mr. Trail, I do the 400 and the 1500 meters. And he told me, no, you cannot do that. You have to do it at the 4 and the 8 or the 8 and the 15. But because of my love for the 1500 meters, I kept doing it for years and years. And I think when the time was right, I was able to quickly adapt and adjust to the 800 meters, and it became the perfect event for me.
Is there any thoughts of doing that double in the near future? Because yeah, I remember in the earlier years you were doing some 1500 meters. You're planning on, or you just plan to stick to this 800 meters so that you can continue to improve as the years go by?
With the 1500 meters for me, I'd never back down from a 1500 meter. I really love running the 15. So me getting a 1500 meter to run is something I'm not opposed to at all. It is more of in the aspect where my coach and I, we evaluate and see if where we are at in training at the right time to see if a 1500 is quite needed. But I like to start my season with 1500 meters. And I've been having more and more conversation and talks with my coaches of implementing more throughout the season as we go by, so that in that way we can be able to gain more strength, of course. But with track and field and the 800 meter these days, you want to try your best to peak at the right time. So last season I ran 12 800 meters. So having too much 8s or too much 15s in there, I don't want to do any races which are not necessary for what I'm trying to achieve. So is just to adjust, evaluate, and see where we are in training at a particular time.
Yeah, man, that definitely. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And yeah, you started to crack up a little bit the latter part there. So I hope that when you come around to answer this other question, then it will be clear. But there are some persons who would have probably key figures in your growth and development. Are there any coaches or figures in your life that would have shaped that path early on in your career?
Most definitely. I always tell this story. Coach, I have to give a lot of credit to Coach Andrew Kidd. I have to give a lot of credit to Mr. Trail, Damian Bembridge, Bobo, aka Bobo. I have to give a lot of credit to those guys because Mr. Kidd, I was 12 years old, just went to St. Jago High School. Basically, it was like a father figure in my life, mentor and everything. And up until this day, I'm still around with Mr. Kidd. Every time after a race, I'll give him a call. Hey, coach, this is what's going on. I have to give a lot of credit to Coach Leach, my coach at Junior College, Essex County College. I have to give a lot of credit to Coach Chris Woods at Mississippi State University. So, and my current coach as well right now, Coach Tom Brumnick. But the guy who definitely figured it out all and realized the talent was there, to give that credit to Coach Andrew Kidd, because if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would be here on this stage right now.
Yeah, man, it's good that you can, attribute a lot of that to your earlier development. Big up Kidd, of course. Kidd, I'm a virgin, Big up Andrew Kidd. Yeah, man. There's never a dull moment around Andrew, All right, so you made history this year. You made history this year, as a Jamaican, only Jamaican to be in a 800 meters final. You're the record holder. What does this achievement means to you personally, Navasky? After you navigate it and you see what you really do. And we don't reach to the time part, you know. We just talk about you being in that final.
Meaning being in that final, that really wasn't about me being in that final per se. Hello, coach, can you hear me? Coach?
Yeah, man, I'm here, man. Just put up on center stage. No worry.
Okay.
Yeah,
My
man.
humble apologies. I was wondering what's happening. So yeah. Being in that 800-meter finals in the chip is, I like to say, Navaskki Anderson is for the people, because that right there says a lot, not just for me, but for our culture and a whole, the track and field culture, the sporting industry, because all of the younger individuals that are coming up into track and field they have been watching me over the years, and of course, they have been hearing me saying, going to make the World Championship finals. They hear me saying I'm going around 143. They heard me saying, this is what I'm trying to achieve. But no, it reached to the point where they're not just hearing that, they're also seeing it, seeing while I'm manifesting it. And that to me says a lot, because they can gain a lot of motivation from that, a lot of influence, a lot of strength from that. And they can have someone they can say, yes, I can look up to Navasky Anderson, because he is too from the countryside in Jamaica. He too went to St. Jago High School. He too went to Champs. He too went to the same high school system that I went to. He too went to the same junior college. So there's a lot that these individuals can gain or look up from my story, my path, and say that they can also relate to that. And that would have meant a lot to me if I was growing up and had somebody from Jamaica within our track and field culture that is currently doing it, and I could look up to them and say that's what I wanted to do. I didn't have that, so me paving that pathway for others to do that was a big win.
Yeah, and more so, you're pretty much expanding Jamaica's reach and reputation in the middle distance. We could say that you're one of the new generation or young generation pioneer. What does that mean for you as well?
That really means a lot. That really means a lot. But I like to say there's a lot more in the tank. There's far more work to be done, far more to be achieved. But at least I can say I am along the journey to where I am going. And it is not a bad thing to be seen, to like see results and seeing things that you've been working on, achieving things, because that to me only induce more motivation, more discipline in what I'm doing and what I'm trying to achieve. So, being one of the so-called pioneers of the Jamaica 800 meters and the Jamaican culture, track and field culture, that is really huge, because when it comes down to track and field, there's a lot of respect that is being put on Jamaica's name, and having others in the world, all over the world, seeing Jamaica running the 800 meters. That is so huge. I could remember the night after my semifinals when I was traveling back on the bus to the hotel from the track. The amount of respect that I got just because I made it into the finals of the World Championship. I was like, literally, the world is watching and everyone can see that Jamaica 800 meter is not just making it at World Championships, but we're also shining at the World Championship games.
Yeah, definitely. And you said that you noticed what transpired when you made it to that final, but otherwise, from being in Tokyo, you see those the love for Jamaica, especially with what you did, you know. Have you seen any like shift in any growing interest where the 800 meters is concerned, especially since that success that you would have achieved? Have you heard anything on the ground, talking to Mr. Kidd, talking to other people? Have you heard anything like, oh, what's any new development in Jamaica because of what you did in that regard?
So I could talk about things that are happening from my perspective that I am
Mm-hmm.
trying to achieve
Yeah.
and things that I'm working with so far. I know that what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to start what I call the Navasky Anderson Foundation, where I try my best to give back to my culture.
Mm-hmm.
Track and field athletes in and around Jamaica, high school athletes, per se. I could try to give back as much as possible that I can give back, whether I'm having sponsors on board or whether that's coming solely out of my pocket. I'm trying to give back to that cause because that's the route that I take to get to this stage, and I know how important it is to have means of stability, or in that sense. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
also working with my coach, and I am bringing my coach to Jamaica, and we are trying to have basically like a training camp event, or what we would call a training clinic, and
Mm-hmm.
getting some. I'm also talking to the J3 in regards to this, where I'm trying to outreach on most of the athletes that I could possibly reach to, high school athletes, and I could actually give them a sense of what my training is like. Could have a question and answer sessions and stuff like that, and just give them an all exclusive of what the development and the mindset of the 800 meters should be like. And I think at this point where I'm at, um, it is kind of a part of my duty, a part of what I'm trying to achieve, to give back as much as possible that I can give back to the 800-meter culture of Jamaica. So those are some of the things that I'm working on. I haven't been to Jamaica since the World Championship, but hopefully there are movements that has been taking place so far and stuff like that, because I would love to see um, those type of actions. And I'm also trying to reach out to the high school coaches. My coach is trying to have conversations with them, trying to be fluid back and forth and stuff like that. So if those coaches are watching this interview as well, they also can reach out to me, and yeah, we can have conversations and start improving communication channels between coaches and stuff like that, because I'm all about assisting, I'm all for the people, and that's what I was sent here to do. So definitely.
I love that, Navasky, that you're actually doing something like this, especially with a foundation. You're trying to reach. So pretty much you're using your exploit as an 800-meter middle distance athlete to reach, so that you can actually inform the mass and the kids that who wants to do an event and probably they're afraid. And when you open up some of the things that you do, then of course that will inspire them that I can achieve this. All I need to do is to put my shoulder to the wheel. I remember the last time we spoke as well, you made mention of you're not afraid to put your training program out there, because it is what you do, how you do it, and you're not hiding anything, because the technology is there for persons to know things, and the coaches have gotten so astute. So I love this, Navasky, and I think you should get it on the ground as quickly as possible. You don't
Definitely.
want to wave to kind of die out.
Hmm.
The persons aren't too with what is happening where you are concerned, and that's why we tell the athletes them to come on these platforms, come on these various content creators, YouTube platform, vlogging platform, where you can share things like these to ensure that your reach is expanded. And I mean, with you doing this, I believe that your name will live on, Navasky. I guarantee you that. You understand? And if there's anything
Definitely.
that coaches this can do to publicize this, to highlight it, I'm right here. I'm just a phone call away, my virgin. All right.
Respect.
Now, since you mentioned training, see, and you talk some of the things that you're going to expose on in terms of what you did. Walk us through a typical training week. What does preparation for an elite 800-meter athlete like a Navasky look like?
All right. You can choose the time of the year, whether it's competition,
Yeah,
or you can choose
competition,
background training. It's up to you.
competition.
Competition. All right.
Yeah.
During competition season, Let's start off with Sundays. Every Sunday, I do my long run. The week start at Sunday. That's where you do your long run. My long run is not necessarily hardcore run. It's basically where I'm going. Anywhere between, just trust the body. Whatever the body gives me, I take it. I'll do between 45 to 50 minutes during competition season. Or yeah, I would average just about 45 minutes if I'm doing competition. Not too much, but 45 minutes, get the lungs up, get the muscles flush, the blood running, everything like that. 45 minutes, could get about 7 miles out of that. 7 point something miles out of that. 45 minutes, or sometimes I go up to 8 miles, depending on how I'm feeling. On Monday is my speed days. I do a lot of speed, so on Mondays I'll do 3 by 30 meters, and then I'll do anywhere between 4 to 6 150s. I'll do the 150s pretty fast, probably like 16.5. Around 16.5, 16.6, somewhere there about. So speed is very necessary to be able to go 16 sometimes, but I'm doing 3 30 meters and 6 150s.
Hold up. Yeah, break up again. So we missed the first, after you said it, the 115 16s, we missed that part of it.
Okay, so 3 30 meters and 6 150s. Yeah, that would be literally every Monday. Or if I don't feel too good, you're feeling sore, a bit sore, probably do 200 meters and 2 150s. Or do 200 meters and 3 150s. Or just do 3 150s. So depending on how you're feeling and depending on the time of the year. But Mondays, that's what my Mondays usually look like and right through the year.
Okay, so the Monday workout goes right throughout the week, and then Sundays they do the long run?
Yeah, no. So Sundays I do the long run. My Monday usually stay pretty much like that. For Tuesdays, every athlete in my training group is different. But for me, typically on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday I would rotate. Either one Tuesday I'm on the treadmill, where I do my workout on the treadmill, or the next Tuesday I do anywhere between 18 to 24 by 200 meters. During those 200 meters, you would have 30-second rests where you jog back across the field. And the goal of those 200 meters is not to hammer them, but to slowly increase the heart rate and to slowly, gradually feel, not say much of lactic acid, but you're working the lungs a lot. And keeping the minimal recovery is very key to that workout being successful, because you're doing 24 by 200 meters. Minimal rest, jog back rest is such a workout that's going to really build your lungs. And previously we'd like to call it, just tapping up. You're not doing too much. A workout that you can never do. It's a workout you should always be able to do, but it helps you to gain fitness a lot. That's a typical Tuesday. My typical Wednesdays, Tuesday, also I do my lifting on Tuesday as well.
Okay.
I also do lifting after that workout on Tuesday. I take like 4 hours off, and then I'll do some cross training in the night for an hour. So like an elliptical machine, work the elliptical machine for an hour in the night. So that's like 3 sessions on Tuesday. So after working 3 sessions on Tuesday, Wednesdays you're gonna be tired. So I just do biking for 50 minutes and kind of recover. Use Wednesdays active recovery. Yeah. And whereas I go Thursdays now, either do a speed day again if it's in the fall. I'll do a speed day again, or I do a treadmill day again, a lighter treadmill day. And the treadmill also helps you to recover. So it could either be speed day on the track if I'm going to have a light Friday, or if I'm going to have a fast and a heavy Friday, I'm going to have another treadmill day, which would allow me to recover better. And then on the Friday, I would hammer it. That's when I would do the hardest workout of the week. Typical Friday would be, most of my 800 workouts are pretty much mile based, honestly, like mile paced workouts, because of the speed work that
we lose you again.
I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so most of my 800 meter work is mile based, so that can range from either doing, let me try to remember what I would possibly do. I would do something like, I would start with a 800. I would probably run it in a minute 58. I would take 5 minutes, and then I would do 400s at 60, 58, 56, probably 55, with 2 minutes between sets respectively. And then I would probably do 300s. This is a better one. I'll do a 800, 158, take like 5 to 7 minutes. Then I would do 4 by 300 meters with like 2 minutes rest in between. And I would do those 200 from 44, 43, 42, 41. And then I would take 8 minutes rest and run a 400 in 48 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still getting a 48 seconds, which is like your first lap. Is the end of the workout, you should be tired. So you should be able to run 48 seconds when you're tired. So that's pretty much the workout. The 400 is pretty much the workout, and everything before is supposed to get you tired, because you have to be able to run while you're tired. You have to be able to buffer the lactic, and that's where improvement comes in place.
Definitely. That sounds good, you know? But in terms of your tactical and physical aspect of your 800 meters, how do you balance endurance and speed work? Because after you just told us all of that, how you balance it? Do you think that is a balance throughout your competition, or you'd have gotten that balance to your background already?
That balance is definitely from training, because most of these days, and also on Friday, I would do weights again on Friday, and then again in the night I would also do a lot of cross training again. And Thursdays I also do a double cross train. So if you look at that, 3 days out of the week, I'm pretty much doing like triple workout.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing a double or a triple session. So what that helps me to be able to recover faster. It helps with recovery. Helps me to recover faster during competitions. But when it comes down to the balance, the treadmill, doing the lever machine, because the lever machine allows me to reduce a certain portion of my body mass, my body percentage, allows me to feel lighter while working out. So that's something that I use as a vehicle to gauge how I should feel on a specific day. Like I go to practice 30 minutes every day and have a conversation with coach, like how I'm feeling before practice and stuff like that. Because the body will never lie to you. And I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to lie to my coach. We try to keep everything transparent. And by doing so, that helps us, that gives us a lot more data.
Yeah, that is true. In terms of your hardest session, you mentioned Friday. Friday is typically your hardest session.
Yes, Fridays are always the hardest sessions. Always.
Okay, good. And that pretty much session actually tests your limits.
Yes, you can know where you're at. Yeah, that session really, it gives back a lot of data. Tuesdays, well, even the treadmill days give back a lot of data, because we record everything that we do. But all days give a lot of data, but especially Friday, you can go back and compare it to like where you at like 3 weeks ago when you did this workout. Whereas down more in the season, I can go back and look back revisit this workout where I was at 3 months ago or 4 months ago when I did this workout. And it actually, my workouts, with the workouts that I do and the times that I run, I could actually tell what time I'll be able to run at a particular meet. So that's very good.
Okay, awesome. In terms of your training partner, I know Arab is a part of your camp, right?
Not anymore. So Europe was
Oh,
a part of camp when I was training in Mississippi.
oh, okay.
Yeah, so we trained together from 2020 to 2024
Okay.
until I moved to Baltimore last year.
But how was it like training with him, knowing that he's one of the elite 800-meter runners?
Training with him, he was one of the reasons why I went to Mississippi, because when I've seen his improvement over the years, and I wanted to be part of such great legacy, and I entrust Coach Wood. He showed me the plan, he showed me what he visioned, and I liked the plan that he had, and I decided to go to Mississippi State University. And since I got to Mississippi State University, I've been training with Arab, and it was an amazing experience just by how I was able to, like, at that point when I went to Mississippi State University, bear in mind I was running 1 minute and 52 seconds. And by the time I left Mississippi State University, I was running 1 minute 44.7. So that's how much improvement that came just by being around that guy with the mindset, the mentality, the attitude, how he goes about doing stuff. When I went there and I saw the culture that was there, I quickly adapted, I quickly adjusted, because I knew that that's where I wanted to go. That's the level that I wanted to be at. And just a great feeling. Mississippi State University, we had 8 guys. We had 3 guys this year in the 800 meters. We had 3 guys this year in the javelin. So, and my roommate at Mississippi State University while I was being at Mississippi, he won gold in the 4x4 for Botswana as well. Yeah. And it was just a great feeling, like all the guys that I was there with, all of us come together. We've been locked in for years. We worked hard, and we was able to put Mississippi State name, keep it out there on the map. We had 2 guys getting a medal in the javelin as well. So that was great, you know. Out of 3 guys who medal, 2 of them were from Mississippi State University, that was nothing short but amazing. And that's the culture I saw when I went down there. Jav U, 800 meter U, and we've been doing it for such a long time, and it's just a great culture. So it was an amazing experience training at Mississippi State University.
Yeah, man, definitely. So when it's time for the big races, right? What's your mental approach? And how do you stay composed at the line? Say, especially the first round jitters and then semi-final and final. If you can give us a little snapshot of all of those 3. I don't know which one might have been your toughest, where you'd have had an approach, you know? But tell us.
Definitely. The roughest one is always the preliminary rounds. Always. This, you can ask anybody up there. As easy as though it might seem, you just arrive to the championship. You don't know where your body, like, sometimes you might run
after having so much fun. I mean, no graph, you know.
Yeah, so, you know, actually, once I reached Japan, Navasky, Anderson, I only went 3 places. Went to the hotel room, dining hall, and the track. I never went anywhere else. Hotel room, dining hall, and track. That was the rotation for me. Not even 5 minutes off the hotel, surprisingly. I did not visit anywhere in Japan until the championships was done. So that was actually the mindset. But while getting ready for the preliminary rounds, it's like, all right, like, everybody have to do this. That's my mindset. Like, despite how you're feeling, like, everybody probably feeling the same way, because the first round, like, going out there to feel it, that was my first time in the stadium. I didn't, for the warm-up days or anything, I didn't want to go to the stadium, because the first time I stepped in the stadium was the first time I'm seeing inside, first time I'm feeling the energy, and I wanted to use that energy to put into my performance. So while everybody was going to the stadium and all of that, I just went to the warm-up track. So I never visited, never seen the stadium. I don't know what nothing is like. So that was my first time in the stadium, and it was a little bit easier for me after I saw Tyrese Taylor went out there in advance. I was like, all right, definitely. A time now. We just go there, stay composed, and all I have to do, there was only one plan, just stay in the money for the first, just stay in the money until the last 150. I just came home and I did exactly that, what my coach told me to do. And after the race, I felt pretty good. I wasn't feeling tired or anything. I recovered instantly, and that was a great sign. For the semifinals round now, it was like, all right, it's business time. It was no joking. I felt hungrier than ever before in my entire life. I was just manifesting. I always remember where I'm coming from, back in Center. And I remember when I just moved to St. Diego, when I just went to Spanish Town. I remember everything that I've been through, like literally everything, flashbacks and everything that I did to reach this moment. And then it started raining. And when it started raining, I was like, it could be rain, snow, volcano, anything. I'm ready for this moment because I worked too hard for this moment. And I remember stepping out on the track after the second heat of the semifinal, and I looked up on the big screen and I saw Donovan Braze. I saw two other guys, and I saw that the bubble time was 1:43.8. And I said, God, I've never run 1:43 in my life, but I've been chasing 1:43 for a lifetime. I've been chasing this all my life. So all I'm asking for is 1:43.7 today. And just by feeling that when the camera came around, I was just ready to go. I was like, this, let's just get it over it. I'm ready to go. And I didn't back down in that race, not one bit. I ran that race with all of my heart. I ran it with all of my might. I felt great during the race. I felt great after the race. And I think that the performance that I envisioned, I was able to put it together at the right time. So a lot of credit to my team that have been around me that enabled this to happen, from my coaches to the massage therapists that I work with, everyone that I work with, my friends, family, everything is just was able to put it together at the right time. But I think the mindset was definitely right. And I was enjoying every bit of that process as well. So that was good.
Hey, you and your countryman, Tyrese Taylor, you guys have been trading that national record. You know, Tyrese did an exceptional job too. You know, he went to Nakak and smashed your record.
First Jamaican man to run 1:43. Tyrese Taylor.
Pretty much serious your record. And may I say, yo, Navasky, what you had deal with? And you went below that record, you know, but you were close to that 1:43. So we are saying if you probably put a good race together, you can go sub 1:44 as well, you know. And then we see that semi-final. You did such an excellent job. I mean, how you felt knowing that you and Tyrese, as a Jamaican, in a 800-meter middle distance, not only that, una trade the national record.
For
Can
me,
we not reach a 1:42 yet, you know? Can we not talk about that
yet? Let me just say it. For me, it was huge because ever since 2022, when I broke the national record, I knew records were meant to be broken. Records are always going to be broken because that's a sign of, yes, there's progress.
Yeah.
We're advancing, you know, we're getting better. And if I stayed small-minded and was comfortable with keeping the record at 1:44.7, like, I would not have been able to make it to World Championship finals. I didn't go into this season thinking that I was a 1:44 guy. I didn't train like a 1:44 guy. Didn't have the mindset of a 1:44 guy. I erased that completely. So just everything that I've been manifesting over the years is just coming to light. It's slowly coming to light. It's a slow progress, but slow progress is still progress. Slow motion is still motion. So everything is coming to life and coming to light, per se, because I've been preaching this. There have been numerous world championships where I've been disappointed, but guess what? No matter what, and I walk up to the camera and walk up to the media, I always held my head high. I always looked towards the bright side because I knew that better days was coming. Because with the level of consistency that I've had over the years, it showed me that staying humble, staying determined, staying level-headed, with that level of consistency is just going to keep taking me places. And that's what I held on to. And seeing Tyrese still out there with me in the semifinals and are both of us out there together per se, it was just a great feeling because I now feel like we're actually going somewhere with middle distance events and 800 meter in Jamaica. And that's what people have been longing for. And I know they're excited to see that.
Yeah, man, certainly. You went up in that final against some top 800 meter runners. The one Uni, the Arab and many more. What have you learned from racing against those top-notch 800 meter runners?
I've learned that Navasky Anderson belongs right there, and the 141 is right there for me. And who should say I'm not the individual that's gonna break the world record? You know,
Interesting.
I'm not gonna limit myself. And I remember having all of us had to do drug testing after, and we was in the car room, and everybody was there, and everybody was trash talking, and one unit was saying, "Yo, everybody owe me because I paced all of you guys to a season's best, a personal best." And everybody was having fun, we were laughing. But then it was my time to talk, and I said to everybody, all of you guys been running and hanging out at 141 for too long. I'm coming from 144.7. So who to tell you guys I'm not the person to break the world record? And everybody kind of looked, everybody kind of stopped and was like, so
yeah,
no, I'm getting back into training. The mindset is there. The determination is there more than ever. The hunger is there more than ever. And despite the results that I am getting, I am going to put my best foot out there every time that I step forward into training, every time I step forward out there on the track. Because for me, I get that self-fulfillment from that, knowing that I put my best, my 100% out there in the track. When I run 144.1 in that race at Nakak, I put my best foot out there on the track. When I got second place in Jamaica in the national trials, I put my best foot on the track. But all of that is a part of a process. All of that is, you have to believe that, listen, is a part of the process. And if each time you go out there and put your best foot forward, you're going to get the results you desire eventually.
All right. So national record in the semis. You're up on a high. Did you think that you would get the national record in the finals again?
I definitely knew I was going to run 142 in the finals.
All right. So we could talk about that.
Right.
What's the difference between the 142 and the 143? Because you would have, Bridget, so me believe about the world record there, though, because me see you walk from the race there, more than I think,
Exactly.
So tell us the difference between the 142 and the 143. What was the difference between how your body felt? And after that 142, you really think that there's more in the tank for you?
Going into that race, that 142 race, is the tiredest I've ever felt in my entire life.
Yeah.
I've never felt so tired. And I think most of those, that was my first time running 3 rounds.
But it never shows still, It never show.
I will never show that to my competitors.
That's good.
The mentality and the mindset, I would never show that to my competitors. I would never show that. But now that has gone and passed, I've been evaluating, I've been thinking back of things, and I now know how my body is. But those guys, most of them, I would say, I learned a lot from them. I didn't just sit in the doping room, just sit there. I was asking questions. I was like, yo, how did you feel after the semifinals? I was actively asking questions. Yo, what do you do for recovery? Stuff like that. I was like learning from them, learning from my competitors. And I've realized how much I can improve just by learning how to recover between those rounds. There's a huge, what should I say? There's a huge space for me right there to improve my 800 meter time, because recover says a lot. Recover means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if I could get my body to feel as recovered as I was going into the semifinals for the finals, I know that definitely that's a huge adjustment to the 142.7 right there. So for me, I'm going to place a lot more interest in learning how to, I'm going actively ask questions, talk to my competitors more, because most of us are friends, of course, but when we go on the line, it's a different story. So I'm constantly learning how to improve my game, and that's something I'm interested in. Keep on to finding out more of that for this season. So, and of course, while I learn, I'll share with my fellow Jamaicans. I'm not going to gatekeep. I'm not a gatekeeper.
Yeah,
I'll continue to share with my fellow Jamaicans, of course, but that's somewhere I know that I can reap a lot more benefits out of.
Which one of those athletes or opponents you believe push the most or the hardest so far?
Push me the most or the hardest?
Mm.
3 people, I'm going to call 3 names. If I'm racing with 3 of them, I know my game level up. I'm going to say Bryce Hoppel, Wanyoni, and Marco. If I'm racing those 3, my game just level up.
Yeah.
Just even, because, and I'm getting to the point where it should be like that for every race. And also Brandon Miller, I have to give Brandon a lot of credit, because I know whenever Brandon and I line up, we go to the line where we're gonna put our best foot forward 100% all the time, and he's such a warrior, man. He's great friend, such a warrior, and to give credit to those 4 guys. One way or another, they help me in a lot of different ways and being competitive.
All right. People, just get ready to drop your questions to the people's champion, Navasky. That name them the people them give you, And what would have topped it off at the championship was if you would have gotten a medal. But you were one of the top performers, even without getting a medal at the championship. So so the people have a lot of love for you and respect, because you pretty much take the 8 and the 2 zeros them and carry it to a next level. Imagine a Jamaican running 142. Brother, you know what you do?
Respect.
Yeah, man, a big respect for you, man. Trust
Well,
me.
the people have been asking for it, so I'm glad I was able to pull it off. I must say, they know it too. They know I'm hungry. They know I'm determined. They know there's a lot more in the tank, and I'm gonna keep fighting, not just for me but for them, because I know how much love that I have for track and field. And imagine the Jamaican support base; they have so much love for the sport, and I know they just want to see me do good. They just want to see me do great, and just have to say respect to them for that, because that support system goes a far way for me, because it really helps to push me and get me to another level. So big shout out to my Jamaican support base.
You know that me go reverse a little bit on this question, because with what you would have achieved, right? And you know that you had hard times and tough times coming in, because of you have to put in the work. I mean, sometimes you feel like you're the one just chewing the towel, because training hard and they go and get tough sometimes, right? What really drives you when those days come about? Is it the funds? Is it your personal goal? Is it your sponsor? Is it your former coaches? What are some of the things that drive you to push on and carry
on? Great question. It has a little bit to do with all of that, because I always say to anybody who's like, hey Navaskki, I'm such a big fan of yours. No, it's support for support. I have a great support system. Everybody who's Team Navi, Team Navasky, is a huge support system for me, and it goes a far way. It comes down to my nephew, my little nephew. I know he's watching all of my races, and he always be like, "Uncle, you can't make the boy and beat you know." From my little nephew, my mom, my grandma, my family, my previous coaches, my teammates, my coaches that I'm with, my sponsorship, like massage therapists, the medical team that I work with. It goes far beyond that. My Mississippi State family, Essex County family, St. Jago family. Like there's so much people that are involved and that are interested in what I am doing, and even the younger generation who are aspiring to be like Navasky. Okay, Navasky ran 143 in the semifinals. I'm hoping that you will get a medal. They're out there, they're underlying. Most of those people, they're shaking more than how I am shaking because of how interested they are, how excited they are. My mother told me, like, when my race was going on, mid race, she dropped to her knees and she was praying. So it was just like, there's so much people out there supporting me. And when I can think back and look back and listen, I'm not just in this for me, but I'm in this for everyone that is supporting, everyone that are supporting Team Navi. It's just a great feeling, and that just gives me a huge boost that I can use to like come on, because that last 150 meters in the finals, I moved up to third, and I was like, I'm leaving with a world championship medal. I was doing such a great job. I felt great, and I was like, I belong here, and I could just. I kept moving, and when I reached 70, going into 60 meters, all the other guys, they kept, they flew past me, and I held my composure, and I knew if I held my composure, I was going to get a fast time. And that showed me how much I'm able of doing it, how much I'm capable of doing it, and that I am just as good as all of these guys that are out there. So it's just only a matter of time before Navasky and this will be on top.
Hey, there are a few things I observe in a Navasky, but I'm going to share one, right? I tell people that no matter where Navasky Anderson is in any 800-meter race in my run, you see that final push to the line, Navasky is always going to throw himself to the line. And when I heard you say you were in third and you person started to pass you, but you still found that inner drive to push to get a fast time. It does concretize what I've been saying. I've never, from me, I watch it from St. Diego come to well, we never really see none of your Juco race them. I just see the results. But in terms of your time at Mississippi, me see, no matter which position you're there, you always have to push to that line. You're deep to that line. And that is something very, very special. It goes to show the determination, it goes to show the zeal, that you have for your event, and it doesn't matter. You just give 100% every time. And you mentioned it earlier. At Nakaki, I give you 100%. It doesn't matter which position it is. At the national championship, you gave you 100%. You understand?
Exactly.
So continue to do what you're doing. Just to answer a few of the comments in the chat. Somebody said that's one of your biggest performance at the games, but nobody talks about it. That is not true. Coaches that spoke about it. I highlighted 5 top performance, and your performance had to be in it. And those that performance, you never get no medal, none of that, But I had to highlight it based off how you run the race, you get a national record, and just the way you push and carry 800 meters. So Garfield McAnuff, you need to watch the channel and see that I spoke about this 800-meter from Navi. You understand? Let me give you 2 questions from the chat. Berta Yardi, big up yourself. Do you think altitude training would help your development? And he's saying congrats again on your great world championship performance.
Yes, to answer that question and to be transparent, that's something I'm inducing into my training this coming season.
All right, good job. Good observation, Berto. Shem, she had a principal on the platform, She said, do you have any more of those world championship footage that you can drop on your channel? I really enjoyed those vlogs.
Okay, so yes, I actually have a lot more footage to put out there, but I think after the championships, just a part of just stepping back away from track and field for a little bit, just to like refresh the memory, just like fresh mind, fresh everything. Just step back away from a little bit because I know when I'm back into track, it's just track, track, track. So I will still be posting those videos from World Championships. I actually have a vlog to post since last week, but I am gonna be dropping the vlogs still because yeah, I have a lot of subscribers out there waiting for me to drop them, so I'm still gonna drop them because those vlogs are gonna be there for years, and I can look back at those vlogs for motivation in times when I need, some motivation.
Yeah, it's a digital library you're creating, and
That's right.
several fans look out for you when you're at the
Yeah.
championship. You understand?
Setting the blueprint.
Exactly. Let me see another question. What lessons did you learn from the finals that will drive you forward? Another one from Berto.
Okay. As I said, the most important one was recovering, and but also, what should I say? I think I like how we went out in 115, we went out in 49-2, and I like going out fast, and I think something I'm gonna continue to work on for this season. So
Yeah, man.
fast pace is good pace. Fast pace, fast times.
All right. So, Bika girl says she love the shades. She love when you have on the shades them. So big up to that. Shemi say yeah, she need to see the video them cause she love the one with oblique. So that our epic one fair,
Okay.
Who is this? Bika girl again is saying that this young man have star qualities. His whole appearance, the way he delivers himself. I am a team Navi for life. All right. The fans are
Bless.
rolling,
Team Navi bless.
All right. We appreciate the vlogs. Took back to Warren Weir days in London. Yeah, man, a good thing you do, Navi. That's why I say you did that braff, because so when you come down at the dining area and do that for the fans. It is
Okay.
always refreshing for us to see those things and to see the
Yeah.
different athletes, doing their stuff and getting in tune to all of these things. So we really love them thing, them man. And people on have to support the athlete, once them drop it, share it, go up on them socials, follow them anytime them drop story or pictures or videos, like them up quick and fast. You
And
understand?
support the foundation that's coming.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I soon give you some. I don't know if you have any information on it that you want to talk about, but we soon ask you to, give us some more details on that. Do you feel like you have the responsibility now to inspire the next generation of 800 meters? Well, I guess that will come with the foundation. So we're gonna leave that question there and go back to our next one. So you can answer that in later on. All right. What are your main goals for the upcoming season? You mentioned inducing what you call it, altitude training in your workout. What is there anything else you wanna target?
Yeah, just getting better. There's a lot of goals that I'm constantly writing out, talking to my coaches about. But as the season progresses, I'll be able to share more of that with you guys. But everything is just about adding value to my team, adding value to my brand, and just finding means and ways of how we'll get to that another level, how we're going to get to that 141 range, or we're going to get into that 140 range, because it is possible.
Sounds good. And how do you see yourself evolving as an athlete over the next few years?
Yes, evolving as an athlete, for me, it not just in Jamaica, but one of the things I love about Under Armour the most is they push us to be such a huge influence in our communities. They encourages it. So either we go around by high schools. Most of my teammates they coach at colleges and stuff like that. I too was coaching at Bowie State University last year. Most of my teammates they coach at colleges and stuff like that. So what we do, we go to different high schools in around the community. We like, give motivational speeches. We give back to the community and stuff like that. So those are some of the things that I'm also trying to do in Jamaica as well. So that for me is all a part of what Navasky Anderson is trying to achieve. And it just only motivates me to continue to do better because the better I do, the more people I can influence and motivate.
All right. So in terms of the hold on, let me see a question. Will you do more Diamond Leagues next season?
Yes, definitely.
And there's another question I saw. Let me see if I can find it. All right. So you mentioned that you're coaching at that high school, that university right now. Is it a plan separate and apart from what Under Armour wants the athletes to do, give back to the community? Is it something that you're planning on doing at the end of your career when you hang up those spikes?
I definitely can't walk away from track and field that easy because I've been doing it for years. But I did get my master's in science and kinesiology, and I just love to do. I love anything in the sporting industry. So I'm just gonna give you a basic answer for now. And what I would like to say is I'm creating my connections, of course, for my life after track and field. That's something I never stop working on. I constantly stay working on that. But for now, I don't think, I think I know too much to just walk away from the sport like that, if you get what I'm saying. And I know too much to walk away from my country, Jamaica, and knowing that there's a lot of potential to be developed there. And a lot of men, even if I'm not coaching, I'm mentoring in some aspects. So it's not something I'm just going to walk away from like that, knowing that I could give back a lot.
Yeah, that sounds good. So tell us a little bit about now, if you think you have the task to mentor or to lead the next generation of 800-meter athletes.
Since the first time I broke the national record, I realized a lot of individuals been looking up to me since 2022. And then as much as there's no pressure in feeling to be what I would let's just use this word for now, the flag bearer for the 800 meters. As much as there's no pressure to do that from anyone, I've been continuously doing that because I love to see improvement. I love to see advancement. And I have so much love for track and field itself. I have so much love for the 800 meters. And I have so much love for my country. If you know, it is the best feeling just by putting on that jersey and going to like these world-class events representing a country. It is one of the best feeling in the world. And just to know that I can influence someone from this, I'm not going to stop doing that because I know there's someone out there watching. It could be one person, I know somebody is watching. So, and I want to continue doing that. So there's no pressure to do this from nobody whatsoever. But I kind of feel like it's somewhat a part of my duty and responsibility to do this because of the love that I have and the love that I have from it, and because I receive so much love from it as well.
Sounds good. Say people them not easy though, but me I gotta ask you to know. They must say if Turkey did link you.
No Turkey. Corey goat Mukuk and Oxtail.
No Turkey stew, Shem.
Corey goat and Oxtail Mukuk.
All right, Navaskki. For the people who just probably are rolling and never hear you spoke about the foundation, you want to give us a little synopsis of what your foundation would be doing or thoughts that you might have in your head, to unleash where that foundation is concerned.
Okay. For the foundation, let's just start here. He has to start somewhere, and I would like to start it. I've already started it, but he has to start somewhere. And I feel like LA 28 it's going to be such a great year. It's going to be such a huge year. So I don't want to wait until LA 2028 to start this foundation, which I think can blossom into something great, giving back to the community. whether it's you know, things for kids to go back to school, whether it's like athletic gears, whether it's from a coaching standpoint, is whether it's charity donations, like anything that I can give. I feel like that's also part of adding value to myself, to my team, and it lets the resume look so much better knowing that I am doing what I love and I'm loving every aspect. So I'm just finding things in and around track and field, in and around that what I'm doing to constantly show the appreciation and love I have for it. So the foundation is really something that I feel like is gonna blossom to be really huge, really big. I feel like I'm gonna get the support that I'm looking for, and I'm gonna constantly work and work and work until I'm able to just constantly give back. Just constantly give back because I'm all about philanthropy.
Yeah, man, that sounds good, man. And St. Diego, you used to attend, I remember say you and Big Pan that and a few other Jamaicans, so
that's right.
It already in your blood, so you can't escape it. So it
That's
is
right.
a very good venture. And like we said, we wish you all the best, my virgin. I see greatness. I just laugh all the time when I think about that little teeny weeny youth forward down at St. Diego and boss with him loping strides. We never know say that you that growth into such a giant, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
man.
right. I
So
might go to San Diego in a few weeks and find a next teeny weeny guy that's gonna blossom into a next giant. So who knows? I have to continue doing what I'm doing,
yeah, man, definitely, man. Monk Street and a Punk Street,
Never
you
that.
don't know it go. So in terms of the fun side right now, tell us what really going on at Tokyo there. What was the fun part of Tokyo, separate and apart from the track and field? What did you enjoy the most? The food and all of these things. Talk to us about that.
Tuturi was such a great vibe. People there was lovely, welcoming, warm welcoming. It was just a great feeling. Jamaica, they had everything set up. I showed a bit of it on my YouTube channel, where it was like they had buses for us to the track back and forth every day. They picked us up from the hotel from the moment I touched down in Japan. They had someone pick me up. Came and met me right after I came out my gate, brought me to get some food, brought me to my hotel room, like everything. They were so on point and they were so nice. They came out, watched our training session. We had media and interactive sessions with them. So that all of that session, when you saw us dancing on stage, we felt like we somewhat hold them to show them a part of our culture. This is what we do. This is the vibe that we bring. And it wasn't just us. They too were on stage dancing with us. And it's a part of showing a healthy relationship. And I have to give a lot of credit to the JHA because they really organized and put together a really good camp for us. And that was great. I just wanted to continue doing that because the relationships that were formed in Tutori and the time that was had in Tutori was nothing short of amazing. As it regards to Tokyo, when I reached to Tokyo, I did the hotel room and track thing. I didn't do anything else. I stayed locked in until after the race. But after my race, I decided to push my ticket back for an extra week. And my friends from Mississippi State, Marco and I, we got an Airbnb together, and his brothers was there. My friend Abdul was there. It was a couple of us there, and we just decided that we was just gonna tour Japan. So we just went all over Japan. I have so much YouTube video and content from that as well. We toured out Japan, went out to a few parties and enjoyed ourselves. Got food, tried new food, went sightseeing, went to a few museums. So it was just a great feeling to say, all right, I don't have training tomorrow, but can find something fun to do, So that was really good. It has been a year since I really spent time with my friends from Mississippi State as well. So it was just good catching up because we have been spending time together for the last 4 or 5 years. So it's just a part of a healthy friendship and brotherhood that you can't just throw through the window. You know, we still talk every day. Not every day, but we still talk a lot and stuff like that. And constantly finding ways how both of us can improve, getting faster and getting better. So it's just gonna be going up from here. So Tokyo was fun. Tokyo 25 was nothing short of amazing.
Sounding good. Berta Yadia asks why don't you take a goat and carry him out?
Yes, go. I'm a brother to go, and I'm a brother them because I always had a lot of fun with my friends from Australia. So that's how they introduced go to the pack. You know, that's how I met him. And from the first time he hung around us, it was like, yo, bro, just link up. We're just linking up, and it was like, anywhere I'm going with this, I just took him, and it was good relationships, man, good relationships.
Yeah, man, that sound good, man. Yo, that tell us that the vibes did nice from where we were, our vantage point, what we saw, especially from where you put out. You understand? Because
Right.
I mean, there are a lot of things that was not put out, but when you kind of give us a little insight, you know, the behind the scenes part of it, where nobody else, no other media team never give you just Navasky where wait pan for
That's
dropping
right.
in videos them. You see me? And we enjoyed it from over Paris too. And we're glad that
Definitely.
you catapulted
Tokyo.
into Tokyo. Yeah, man. It was very good. Um, do you have any sort of advice to give a young aspiring talent that would want to venture into middle distance, but somehow they probably think it is underwhelming in terms of support and the work is too hard? What sort of advice would you give to such an athlete?
Great, really great question. First I'd like to say, despite whatever event you do, it's gonna be really rough. But for me, while I was going through different stages of my career, whether it's high school, um, college, for me it was like, okay, I want to get to the next level. But how can I get to the next level? I'm running the 800 meters, and it's demanding. It's very demanding. It's very result oriented because you need times. So for me, the only way I was able to get from junior college to Mississippi State had to run the times. And so that's how I set a goal. I set the goal because, all right, I know I'm gonna need at least a minute 52 seconds. But then to get into university while I was in junior college. And I set the goal and I kept being consistent. I kept working and working. I kept working because I always say a lot of things gonna happen along the way. You're gonna be injured. You're gonna some ways you're not gonna go through an entire season of not feeling any form of injuries. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna feel something somewhat, and overcoming these injuries gonna help you getting mentally stronger. That's the second thing. But just being consistent in all walks of life from wherever you're at and keep setting goals as you go along. I always say you're going to get the results you desire. And it has happened number of times for me. Whether it's from leaving high school, running 158, getting a scholarship to junior college, running as hard as I could in junior college, worked and I worked and I worked, and guess what? Advancing to go to university. After graduating from university, finally getting a professional contract. And the only way I could get a professional contract, I knew I had to run 144. And I just kept working. I kept setting the goals. I said, getting the bargain, and I kept working. But I would like to say there's a lot of space out there in the 800 meters because a lot of people are afraid of it. So my question to you, why be afraid? You know what I'm saying? Channel all of that discipline into you. If you know you're disciplined, you can be disciplined, you can be focused, you're determined, you can actually work towards the goals. Just set smaller goals, clap for all of your wins. little by little, day by day. That's why I set my goals sometimes when I feel like they're too far fetched or I just trying to tick off my boxes day by day. So my advice to younger me is just keep being consistent in whatever you're doing, and if you do that, you're gonna reap the rewards that you want.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. It's that anybody hear that? Solid advice. Solid advice. Navasky, really appreciate you being here. You know, as we have said, it's a long time coming. Your third trip on the show. You're no stranger here. You know, you're always welcome to this platform, the People's Champion. You understand? People are asking about Shelly, you know, don't worry yourself, man. Don't worry yourself. So we get Ovil, the oblique civil, the champion, world champion. Don't worry yourself. This place is unpredictable, you know. No, go and wait. You see it. Anyways, Navaskki, big up yourself. We wish you all the best going into next season. It's not gonna be one of those season that is with a major championship, but of course the ultimate is gonna be there. Diamond League is gonna be there, and such the like. So wish you all the best. I know you're gonna be trying new stuff. You're gonna be upping the tempo. You're gonna be adding new stuff, minusing stuff. As what normally all elite athletes do. They try to fix things and such the like. So wish you all the best. We hope that you'll have an injury-free season, and even though you're gonna feel some pain, just do like what you do last year. Don't give up.
Respect.
Keep pushing, never quitting until you achieve victory. Yeah, man. What we name?
Diego. All right.
I don't know it good enough. So before you leave, may I leave the floor open. Anybody else want to ask any question? You have a burning question or you want to ask Navasky, drop it. And we see, well, me have a survey it first to see if I want a question I can ask. But drop your question. I could see if we can, before we let go, Navasky. Hoping for a Commonwealth medal next year. You're planning on going to that?
Definitely.
All right, so we can look out for that too. I became a fan of Navasky at Worlds and a bigger fan after this interview. All right. Big up. Hey, I want to take with you, objectivity. I always speak truth, You're not afraid for beat yourself, Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Talk about sponsorship and money in the 800. All right. Somebody asking that question. Talk about sponsorship and money in the 800 meter. I guess the person wants to know if there's a lot of money in the 800 meter. Have you garnered any sponsorship outside of your kit sponsor, your shoe sponsor, Under Armour?
Those are things that I'm currently trying to work on. So as the season progresses, hopefully you guys will be seeing more results shown on my feed as it regards to additional sponsorships and stuff like that. But yeah, that's something I'm constantly working on.
All right, cool. Is there any other event you are planning doing in the near future?
I never understand. I do three events: the 4, the 8, and the 15. So you're gonna see me rotate those 3 events.
All right. Berto is asking how you balance and manage school degrees with the hard work in track and field.
So I've been graduated since 2023. So right now, by the grace of God, I'm a free man. But back then, I think the balance came from when I was at San Diego because of the discipline that had been instilled. It was just such a huge focus on school and track. But the easiest way to do it is literally just you have 2 main priorities despite anything going on in your life. Get the schoolwork done, you get the track work done. If you're working out in the morning the track, get the schoolwork in the evening done. Just school and track. It can't be too cool for school and track, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
But just have a little self-discipline. It takes you far away.
All right, and I think this question is interesting. What about someone who don't have the chance to go to college? How can they make it work out?
Okay, interesting question. I think what I think is all right. There's not a lot of track clubs in Jamaica that I don't think I know any track clubs in Jamaica that say, okay, we're a distance track club, we're a 800 track club, you know. But if you can somewhat continue to train with your high school training group, if you can continue training with a high school coach outside of high school training practices or stuff like that, or if you even try to reach out to me for like training workouts or something like that, reach out to an athlete that have the potential to do great or doing great things in this field for workouts and stuff like that. Um, Maybe by doing these things, following a running page, like for example, my running group, Mission Run, Baltimore Mission Run, like we post all the workouts. Literally, if we do a workout on Tuesday, we'll be like Tuesday workout, 24 by 200, this amount of rest. We post everything we do, literally. And if you can find something of that type of structure of how to follow a literal routine, I think if you're determined enough, you could continue working like that, getting motivation and advice from different coaches as well. And maybe you continue to run in the track meets in Jamaica and somewhat. Maybe colleges overseas might then see you and say, okay, this guy have the potential, have the will. You might reach out to friends that are in colleges overseas. You might not go to a Division 1 university, but you can always try to go to a junior college or, and start from there, because that's where I started from. And I'm grateful for those experiences as well, because that's what really made me the man that I am today as well.
Yeah, man. All right, big up again, Navi. Big up yourself, people. This is another classic one. Boy, third time is a charm, Navi. And we look forward
Great
for more
much,
great
right.
interview on the show. Yeah, yeah, man. Big up yourself again. Bless up yourself. Go and enjoy your off season. I don't want to take away too much of that from you. But
Well,
you don't know it go.
I'm about to put my track shoes on, and me and Coach Kid are going for a run right now. So,
Exactly. So go do your thing, man. Big up
so
Coach
yeah,
Kid in the building as well. You don't know my brethren. We talk from time to time. So we don't cut off a link, You don't know.
respect.
So big up yourself. Stay safe until next time. Big up.
All right. Blessings. All love to the supporters. Thank you guys very much. All right.
All right. So, people, there you have it. Navasky Anderson, wonderful young man, doing pretty well in his event. And we look forward to see him progress in this 800 meters. We have more interviews lined up, people. Don't worry yourself. As per usual, we try to get the athletes out of them shell, try to get them to come on the platform to talk and such the like. So certainly we'll be trying our best to reach out to more. We have about 3 more interviews lined up. So we look out for that. Hope them not fall through the crack. You understand? But we want them because we definitely want to see a different side of the athletes, That we are praised, me I say. And yeah, if we can get a few coaches in it, don't know it go. We don't know. But my platform, I don't like call it interview, because it give a different vibe. Me not see the interview vibe on the platform. Yeah. Me see I just a sit down and reason. You see me? A reason where a reason. Reasoning. You get me? I like it. So big up to the athletes who have passed through so far. Navasky Anderson, Oblique Civil. You understand? And who else passed through? Our next athlete passed through, Forgive me. Make sure I go find it, Orlando Bennett. Big up yourself. Big up to Coach Wilson who passed through. Big up to QB who passed through. Yeah, man, we are going, man. So we are gonna try to find some more people for running So we get 2 medalists and a national record holder. Let us see where what else can happen on the show. We have another breaking news to break soon. We drop Serena Cole breaking news. We have another one to drop, people. Stay tuned. Turn on your notification bell. We drop the Megan Tapper one too. You understand? Stay tuned again. Don't know it going on, people. We have them. Yeah, man, we have them, man. Don't worry yourself. We have all of the breaking news, them, and we are trying to get them out to you in timely manner. Yeah, big boy did pass through. Yeah, man. Big boy did pass through for sure. What you say? Me get front of me break the internet. I don't think front of come on the show like that. You know? I have to go up on MVP for front of. Doreen, big up yourself. But yeah, man, we are trying to work out some things to get some more athletes. And athletes, if you're listening, if you're watching, me know someone to watch. People, me know so the athletes them watch that show ya. Me sure. Seeing? So if you watch athlete, me I go reach out to you and now the DMR through on affiliates. On just come on the show. Just come enjoy the fans them to the man. This is one different way to enjoy the fans them. Seeing? Yeah, man, forward, man. We are invited to know to come on the show, the coaches desk. This is, hey, don't me don't know why people think that a place are toxic, you know. It's not a toxic show, people. We just ask tough questions. We just ask the questions them what the people them want to hear. You see me? Yeah, man. So I'm not gonna call it an interview because I'm not a journalist, even though I do journalist work still. But we just have a whole vibe and whole reason. You get what I say? So when me link please answer here. Please and thanks. Stay safe. Until next time. Peace.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.